dangerous, the most dangerous man. This is the one that you see the shadow in the back of the road. He is the one that we're afraid of. He's the one directing traffic. He's pulling the shots. He is the most dangerous. Because he doesn't have to get his hands dirty. He has others to do his business.
Nigga, I'ma cook your, I swear to God, I'll cook your ass every day, nigga. Straight up, nigga. And on my mom, if I ever see that, I'll beat the dog shit out your ass, nigga. Straight up, nigga. And no, you ain't gotta worry about no lawyers talking about threats. If I ever see you, I'll beat the dog shit. And if you ever was in my city, something happened to you, nigga. Straight up, nigga.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Heather Martinez. You trying to be funny? Why don't you go tell that nigga who made that fake paperwork and got that up? Oh, we waiting on another video. You see what I'm saying? You trying to be funny, bitch.
We gotta pull that shit out for folks now.
Officer Ricky.
Whooping, bro.
AK. Come out and play.
The fuck? Like the way, sir.
You know I made a response, right?
It hit different. Do your homework.
Yeah, he sound mad. Tell me you don't sound big mad. So this is a few months back, maybe like a year ago, when I dropped that paperwork, right? This is what he did. He went in my inbox and did this right here.
And on my mom, if I ever see that.
Now, I've been on some other shit, you know, I've been on some chill shit. And recently, it's been Blog was reacting to my paperwork, you know, reacting to the video that I dropped a year ago. So now you got AK back in his feelings, and you know, I've been on some chill shit. I've been, you know, doing my thing, staying out the way type shit. So he decided to run his mouth and say he's back on my ass, and that he's on my ass because I'm the one who originally dropped the paperwork. So guess what? You are not going to run your mouth and think that, you know, not going to respond back and that you the big bad bully in the block. Yeah, you're not going to invite me to a good time and think that motherfuckers is not going to respond back. So guess what, Mr. Rick Ross, Officer Francois. This is what we're going to do, right? We're going to warm up. Okay, so let's get into AK-47, man. It's starting to look like he's getting desperate. Dude's getting desperate. You know what happens when you get desperate, man? They start making up lies and they start tripping over their own words. Yeah. Now, AK done got caught more than once lying or whatever the case may be. But let's focus on two things that I noticed, right? First, he's saying that the paperwork that I dropped on him was fake, right? He claims that he cleared it up, right? By calling the police station live and clearing up that the paperwork was fake. Bro, stop the cap. There's no such video of you ever calling the police station to clear up your name. And the wild part is that you really playing with these people's intelligence, bro. Like they dumb and shit. He thinks that the way he debunk any allegations is by quickly getting on it, right? And responding and being able to so-called debunk the allegations against you because, you know, you don't want to sit there and not respond because he's going to look guilty. He thinks he's got the formula to it, right? But this nigga's not only trying to act like he's debunking the situation, he's lying at that, right? Talking about he called the police station when he never did. Now I'm seeing a clip where AK is also saying him and Loyalty and Betrayal are good, right? Even though they had the issues in the past, he's talking about how they good now. Then he got the nerves to say, yeah, she, you know, cleared my name up when it came down to that fake paperwork, you know. She didn't fall for the nonsense or whatever. You know, she wasn't dumb enough to do that.
Shout out to Loyalty and Betrayal too, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to that one. That woman been breaking news down and giving us breaking news all the time, exposing lies, all type of shit. And she don't get the credit she deserves, man. I'm gonna bring her up one of these days on this live, man, because she need a little push, man, because for some reason, I don't know what YouTube on, but her channel's supposed to be way further along. And I feel like they're suppressing her or something, bro. Like, I don't get that. She been beefing with big ass channels. What do she got to do? That's why I'm the fuck. I give them their credit when I see it and when it's deserved. I ain't no whole ass vlogger, bro. I give people the credit when it's deserved. I fuck with me and her being through. We got an understanding. She cool, and she was one of them people who also cleared up my name on that fake ass paperwork, and I will always appreciate her for that. She wasn't getting fooled.
Bro, are you serious? When did loyalty and betrayal ever clear your name up? Please, someone send me that clip. I would love to see it. We're talking about 2 clips right now, right? 2 clips that he's lying about. 1 that he called a police station, and 2 that loyalty and betrayal cleared his name up. When? How? Someone send me the clip. This nigga. You never notice how AK, anytime anyone beef with any of his boys or anything like that, right? Before, if you beefing one of his boys, he's beefing with him. You his ops too, right? Notice how now, if you beefing one of his boys, right? Like Seti or the other clown, Street News, whatever his name is, right? If you beef with any of his boys now, but you the type of blogger that can pull paperwork, he don't want no part of that.
I'm blinking on this shit though. Y'all see, I ain't going against that nigga on nothing he said. I'm really sitting back, really debating. If I'm gonna have to make some videos in the near future about a few niggas, man, because hey, let me tell y'all something about some of these bloggers, man. It ain't looking really good, man. I've been trying to hold off, man, but y'all know me, bro. Come on, this motherfucking. I've been trying to get the due diligence of time to prove theyself and shit. There's a lot of sketchy ass shit that's going on with some of these bloggers, bro. And I want y'all to realize something, man. If I ever distance myself from somebody, don't think I'm just no dumbass. You feel me? Like, don't think I ain't seeing and I don't want to be a part of certain shit. Don't think I'm just ignoring shit. No, I'm seeing certain shit. I'm hearing certain shit. And I'm sitting back giving ample time for to come out and do what I did, basically. Like, when you made fake paperwork on me, nigga, we called police station on here. We went online, all that, and proved shit was fraud. I kind of want to do that.
You ever notice that? He's kissing ass, you know what I mean? He's riding dick. But before anything was ever exposed on him, if you was beefing with the gang, he was on your ass. How now, Seti your brother, but you're cool with Byron Blake, and you don't want no parts of that, ready to make a video on Seti, right? How you beefing with loyalty and betrayal, you mad at her, y'all going through whatever y'all going through, right? But the minute you get a chance to try to make up with her, you kissing ass, you trying to make up with her. Again, you're afraid of getting exposed some way, somehow, or some more shit coming out about you, right? And this is why you be riding this nigga's dick, because you don't want no smoke. You want to lay low and stay off the radar. But I'm on to your ass, nigga. So let's keep it real. If anyone has ever called a police station and cleared up any information, the Pepper Pike police station, who did that? I did that. I'm the one who called the police station and cleared things up and got the questions and answers that we all wanted, right? Now, if the paperwork was fake, why would I call the police station, speak to the officer whose name is on paper, right? Who does that?
Alright, so let's talk about the fake paperwork. What I did was, I reached out to the lieutenant, who's now chief, that was in charge of doing AK's brother investigation back in 2017. As you guys can see right here, this is me reaching back out to him after I originally did the FOIA request. And what I did was, I put both papers side by side. So I asked him why on the FOIA request now, on page 12, you can't find what I got on page 12 on my old request, right? What's the difference? Why am I not getting this information now when I'm filing for the FOIA request? Why am I not getting it? And this is his response. Keep in mind, right, that I'm not reaching out to him so that he can tell me that the paperwork is valid and it's true. And I'm not expecting for him to tell me any of that, because I know that his job is to cover it up. Use your brain when you're trying to really do the math on this, right? My intent with this was to show you guys that I did not make no fake paperwork, right? So as you can see, I asked him about the paperwork. After I reached out to him and asked him about the paperwork, he says, I'll not recognize that page on the left side. I don't recognize that page. I don't know what that is, right? And it's okay. I don't expect for him to tell me that that's a real page, because they done fucked up. They know I got a page I'm not supposed to have, right? And ain't that Cash App, because I might need lawyer money after this, right? But let's talk about it. So he tells me I can reach out to his chief, who was the one in charge of the investigation, after saying he does not know that paperwork, that's not his paperwork or whatever.
Hello? Hello? Chief, it's Neil. Can you hear me?
As you can see, that was Neil calling his chief. And what is he telling me right here? The signatures on that paper are not any of my officers. But yet, Neil is one of your officers. That's the body cam from the FOIA request. His signature's at the bottom of page 12. So I made that up too. Mind you, he's telling me this, but he also says you can reach out to my chief, who was the one in charge of the investigation when this shit happened. He's telling me that's not his paperwork. He doesn't know that paperwork. But then in the same sentence, you want to tell me I didn't do the case. My chief did the case. You could reach out to him and ask for more questions. So you know I reached out to the chief to ask him more questions. Keep in mind, I'm not expecting for him to tell me, yes, that paperwork is valid. That's our paperwork, right? You're dumb if you think police is going to tell you that somebody's an undercover cop, right? You're dumb if you really think they're going to admit to that. But when people talk, they always say enough to fuck up and give you your answer. Pay attention though. Let's get it.
Looking over that copy of the report that you had before you spoke with us. Yeah, I've been looking into it. I'm like, I got old paperwork, I got new paperwork, and I'm like, let me do an FOIA request. And then I'm like, hold on. Was it because it's redacted? Is there a reason his brother was questioned and it was just redacted? Or is it something that just, I was like, let me just call. You the one that did the interviews with them, right? Yeah, that's right. I did all the interviews, and I never typed that first page that you had, where you had the vehicle information and all that information on it in caps. So his brother, Martinez Ray, was never questioned or involved with the case? No, not on our end. I don't know what happened outside of our investigation.
Got him. Got him. You heard what he said, right? You heard what the he just said? I don't know what happened outside our investigation. What does he mean by outside of our investigation? It's your investigation, but I'm going to show you why he's saying that. It's right in the paperwork, and I just caught him in a lie. Well, not really, because he's not lying. There was more to the investigation that is not on paperwork, but they up and gave me something that I got, and it shows what else happened outside the investigation and why BCI was there. Let's get it. I'm gonna show you guys on the paperwork. Here's another lie he mentioned that is on paperwork and he lied about.
So his brother Martinez Ray was never questioned or involved with the case? No, not on our end. I don't know what happened outside of our investigation, but none of these things happened during our investigation. We never dealt with, Mary Stecker. I didn't deal with her at all.
So he said he never dealt with Mary the Stecher, right? That's what he said. He never dealt with her. But she's part of the case. Then he says that didn't happen during our investigation, referring to page 12. Where it mentions the AK's mom came over there and demanded to go in there with her son while AK's brother was getting questioned. The page that says AK is an undercover gang liaison, whatever that shit is, right? That page, he's talking about none of that happened during his investigation. He says he never dealt with Mary Stecher, right? But Mary Stecher is on the paperwork. She's right here. She was one of the people that was arrested. Here we go. Kevin, which is AK's brother, right? He was arrested. Dejan, he was arrested. Isaiah is the victim, right? Then we got Chinita E. Langford. Then we got Mary E. Stecher. Then we got Matthew Stecher, which is the white dude, the Uber driver they tried to rob, who defended himself, right? And killed Isaiah. Rest in peace to Isaiah. So if he never dealt with Mary E. Stecher, who dealt with her? Because the paperwork that is available says she was arrested. That's the Uber driver's wife. They arrested her for conspiracy and a bunch of other shit. They're saying she has something to do with what she got charged with. She was charged with trafficking in drugs and voluntary manslaughter. So who did this paperwork, AK? BCI was there for over 4.5 hours. And usually BCI comes and helps with cases when there's another officer involved. Usually if there's an officer type of shooting or there's an investigation that needs help, when you got like a little small town and all that, sometimes they do help, right? So I thought maybe that's the reason why they came and helped. But when you can see that more than one department was involved with the investigation, you can't say this is not your paperwork. You can't say that this paperwork is fake. You just said you didn't deal with Mary DeStetcher, but yet she was fucking arrested. You just heard the chief, right, tell me that he didn't deal with them and that stuff didn't happen during his investigation. BCI only comes when there's a police involved type shooting with a police officer involved, right? And sometimes they do help with small towns.
We want to do things right. At BCI, we have investigated cases that have both been determined by a prosecutor or a grand jury to have been lawful, the conduct by the officer as far as their use of force. However, we have also investigated cases where it was later determined by the prosecutor or grand jury that the officer's conduct was unlawful and resulted in criminal charges against the officer for crimes such as murder, manslaughter, or negligent homicide or assault.
But my question is, did BCI come in to question and take over the investigation because they know they had an undercover agent involved with the investigation? Because the report says that the brother mentioned that AK was originally the one who came up with the plan to go make the robbery with the Uber driver, right? And then he recanted his statement and said, no, it was just them that did it. It was just them who was involved with the robbery and they came up with it. But initially he stated that AK drove them to the crime scene. Now you see why there was more than one department investigating this case? Mind you, these dudes were transferred from station to station back and forth, right? They were going from Pepper Pike jail to Giagua jail, back to Beechwood jail, and then back to Pepper Pike jail. This happened on the 22nd, May 22nd. On the 24th, they were getting transferred back to another jail, to another jail, to another jail. This is why the officer I spoke to, the chief, says, not during our investigation. I don't know what happened outside of our investigation, but not during our investigation. That's why he's saying that. Look how many times these guys were transferred before they were transferred back. On page 1 on this paperwork, you have all the names of the people that were arrested.
Like, I'm actually talking to the guy whose name is on the paperwork. That don't sound like someone who's making up paperwork. That sounds like somebody who's standing on truth, right? AK think because he got a bigger platform that he could just control the narrative and feed the audience whatever story he wants. He really think y'all dumb enough to not question him. And anytime anyone questions him, he blocks them. Right? That's why you only see people in his comment section agreeing with him. You know, true facts, you the king, riding dick, right? He silenced anyone who challenges him and shit. You know what I mean? So let's be real. I'm the one who actually confirmed that the paperwork wasn't fake. Unlike him, he didn't confirm shit because he lying. I'm the one who can actually match the name in the paperwork to real police officers, spoke to the police officer on the paperwork, and the body cam footage came a year later, and you can still match the police officer's body cam footage to the motherfucking paperwork. Explain that, right? Do I gotta keep going? Think about it. The body cam footage lines up with the report, word for word. To the point that you even got the body cam footage saying how his brother was trying to call for his mom that night at the scene, at the crime scene, right? Then the paperwork says that he called his mom a second time. I want to say he called her 3 times, right? But yet the paperwork says the same thing. The mom showed up to the police station questioning, come on, man, y'all gotta go watch AK-47 Exposed. There's a playlist on my channel. Go watch it, man. And you know, you make your own mind up and let me know. So AK, I'm gonna give you 24 hours, right? Since you love talking about receipts, show me the motherfucking live when you call the police station. Show me the live where Loyalty and Betrayal cleared your name. Again, you guys don't have to go to his comment section and ask him this, but it's in your right to be able to, question him and ask him. Ask him like, yo, can we see the live with you calling the police station, clearing up your paperwork? Can you share on your community tab the live with Loyalty and Betrayal cleared your name? Because we don't remember seeing that. It's in your right to do that. You know what I mean? It's in your right to go to his comment section and ask him that. I'm not telling you to go do that, but I know I would if I was, someone who follows him and supports him, right? But he can't because the videos don't exist. So he can't share them unless he's going to make up some new videos or whatnot. What is he going to say? That he deleted the live? You should still have record of it, right? You ducking the truth, acting like you're this flawless gangster. I ain't even dropped the full story yet. I got more about the situation that I've been sitting on, just waiting for the right time. So if y'all want to hear the full story on everything I got on AK-47, on how I got the paperwork, how everything came about, hit up them bigger platforms and let them know that you guys want to see the story on the AK-47 paperwork, the full story, you know what I mean? And that y'all need your boy up there to be able to have the bigger platform and be able to get this message across type shit. Because he thinks because I got the smaller platform, you know what I mean, that it's just going to go unheard. But again, it's up to you guys. If you guys want to hear the story, hit up the bigger platforms and let them know, like, yo, we need Omega up here, man, so he can tell his side of the story. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't rush the truth, you know what I mean? You just need to stand on that.
Block is that? I'd have been there, set niggas up to get robbed. We only fuck with a nigga because he keep weed. Back in the day, he was broke. Nigga, we was smoking Reggie. Nigga, out of back, nigga, I'm telling y'all, greasy, sleazy shit be going on, man. Greasy, sleazy shit.
Educational purposes only. Please respect the views and opinions of this channel. All accusations and/or opinions are alleged on this channel. All names are alleged obtained from public social media websites. Please respect the channel and its channel holders. And again, all names, accusations are alleged. Thank you for your support.
Omegadrip exclusives.